Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Today is the 27th of August 2025. Do you know why I'm happy? Salary week. Not salary week. There is something sweet about the end of the month. The only thing you're gonna think about be salary. All the dues where you don't get on ground, you be like, okay, everything done budget. When the money can't enter, you're gonna cry. Because all the dues that you need to sort out, I'm like, where's it gonna remain? Now transport money will remain. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the office. And since the current administration began, they have been on the offensive against terrorists and bandits in the northern part of Nigeria. But we have insecurity in the southeast. We have security in the north central. We have insecurity in the northeast, in the northwest. The only axis that insecurity has not really become so dominant and obvious is the southwest, some states in the southwest. So the big question is, in what aspect is the administration really being on the offensive? He also assured that they will hunt them down, they will find them, hunt them down and bring them to justice, or they will meet the same fate as many kingpins who have already been neutralized by the forces. The question now is, the Chief of Defense Staff told us that very soon they will actually name these individuals. Remember that the United Arab Emirates gave some list of Boko Haram sponsors and some persons who have been financially coordinating these individuals, also giving them arms and the countries whereby they get those arms from, the routes through which those arms come through, and politicians in government who are actually sponsoring these guys, those who used to sponsor them and stopped and don't know what to do with them. He said they're going to name them. We don't know when or how. He had blamed the judicial system for being slow when it comes to fighting these cases, in having to go about these cases within the judicial system, and that sometimes it's taking them time to give them an order whereby they will release the names of those guys. I don't know why there is that bottleneck in this regard, but Nigerians are actually the ones at the end of this brutality or the onslaught of these supposed demonic individuals from the pit of hell. I don't want to call them terrorists. No, anyone who kills women, children, babies, they are demons, literally demons. Okay, so we're looking into that in the course of the conversation. Now, there are talks that Atiku is secretly working for for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That if he wasn't, he would have been able to organize things within the ADC to ensure that they become a formidable opposition that would make the All Progressives Congress as a party quake in their boots. And they also say that it has happened in the past. They don't trust his authenticity with having to ensure that the ADC as a coalition is a major threat to the All Progressives Congress. Do you know a person, Bala, has come out to say that he's the authentic chairman of the ADC? Meanwhile, in the APC, the National Working Committee said they have endorsed President Tinubu for 2027. However, it's an open ticket. Anyone who actually is vying or has an interest can actually put out their, interest or their names or whatever for an open primary, but they have endorsed a president. If you have already endorsed a president as a National Working Committee, what is the essence of actually conducting an open primary? Meanwhile, Segun Shomi is lambasting Peterobi and saying that Peterobi is not serious, that he had actually spoken with him at some point to join the People's Democratic Party, but Peterobi, stubborn, refused to listen and that he thinks he's clever. He said that, for example, now he has always believed that it was the time of the Southeast to actually be considered in the party to be the party's flag bearer for any of the elections coming up forthwith. Now that is the turn of the South, but that Peterobi is running from being part of an open primary. That's what he said. He says that primaries is the internal democracy of parties. It's only when you cross the hurdles of primaries that you can now be looking at the general election. That the PDP owes the Southeast a debt based on the fact that they have given every other tribe the ticket except the Igbos, and that, he has demonstrated the capacity to be one who can actually be the flag bearer for such. But a lot of people think that it's unsafe and it's not going to be a right thinking platform for Peterobi to join the People's Democratic Party because of the Wike factor, and that the fact that the PDP is an extension of the All Progressives Congress being headed and coordinated by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, we'll be looking into that in the course of the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce my analyst today in the studio. First of all, I'm going to introduce Mr. Segun Shomi. Sorry, I said Segun Shomi. Mr. Segun Shokwito. That's your name. We're talking about today. Mr. Segun Shokwito, welcome. How are you?
I'm good.
Welcome. Good. Why? You're not smiling because I said Segun Shomi. Why?
No. It has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
It's actually an understandable slip. So let me not make anything more out of it than that.
to make jest of you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's been quite a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
It's good
Thank
to
you
see
so much for
and
coming
good to,
today.
Interact with the audience.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mr. Lawal Kandar, the People's Man, welcome.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine, and good evening to you, Esther. Even though I've said that before, like 3 times today.
This one you are sounding gentle. When it starts now, you go start. Go.
I'm born again. I'm born again.
Born again.
All right, Mr. Shagu Shokweto, let me start off with the kidnap reports. They gave a breakdown of how much has been made, how it's an industry actually. Unfortunately, they don't remit, they don't give taxes and all of that. Meanwhile, the NSA is telling us that they will hunt down those criminals and then they will face justice. But they have the names of these persons. The Chief of Defense Staff Christopher Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff, has told us that they have the names of the politicians sponsoring these guys. I don't know what he said he needed some legal whatever for to name them. That very soon they will name them. I don't know why they're delaying in naming them if you know them. And the unfortunate thing is that Nigerians are bearing the brunt of the onslaught from these individuals, while the NSA is telling us that they're actually winning it, that they're on the offensive. What would you say to this?
It's not new.
Okay.
Nothing new in any of the things that we're hearing, including the unfortunate, SBM intelligence report. And how much money Nigerians have had to part with. More crucially, how many people has been involved, directly or indirectly in this as victims. 4,700.
Yeah.
That is mind-boggling in a one-year period. I mean, if you do a rough mathematical calculation, that means that you're talking about 420 to 430 people every month across the country is involved in kidnapping, has had to pay ransom. I mean, it's an alarming report.
It is. That
should worry all of us. All of the things that Nuhu Ribadu is saying, is extremely, very much like him.
Right.
This is how he talks. This is how he sounds. He's using almost the exact same words that he used when he was EFCC chairman. We will nail you. We will catch you.
Some people think he was even more active as EFCC chairman than now as
I mean, obviously, now he's a politician. And, and that's one of the things that a lot of people have been saying. There are certain roles that are appointive, yes, by the president, but that we really have to consider whether those roles are fit to be held by politicians, by active politicians who have, put themselves up for elections, who are card-carrying members of a party. The National Security Advisor role is so sensitive that one would have thought that maybe it should be a non-partisan role, that is, you just recruit the person, through whatever mechanism, so that the person can really work. Now, all of the things that Ribadu is saying, he's not saying anything new. We know that they know, the politicians that are behind these things. We know they know. So nothing new there. The question is, why haven't they moved against these people? On more than one occasion in the last 15 years, people have come out and even mentioned names, actual names, including of people that are currently, holding public office in this country today, as being sponsors of Boko Haram.
True.
The current vice president, has been reputed to have, harbored, a perpetrator of terrorism in Nigeria. Until tomorrow, he hasn't denied it. So for me, neither here nor there. What the taste of the pudding is in the eating. What we want to see is them apprehending the financiers. When it comes to terrorism, the only way to stop it, not the only way, but one of the most effective ways to stop it is to follow the money and cut it off at the source. If you do that, then, the terrorists will simply fritter away. They will peter out. It's not easy. I must admit it's not easy because terrorism funding flows, the financial channels, it's a global thing. And we do know ISWAP, and all of that. So it's all very complicated, and we know it's not easy.
We saw a report from Al Jazeera giving us the names of certain persons in the UAE who wanted to send about 700 and something thousand dollars to Boko Haram, and the UAE did not hesitate to release the names of these persons. All right, they immediately said it. There were 6 Nigerian nationals who were found guilty of setting up a Boko Haram cell in the United Arab Emirates to raise funds for fighters in Nigeria, and they were placed on a sanctions list. They did not waste time in releasing the names of those guys. About $782,000 from Dubai to Nigeria was what they wanted to say. And you said something right, follow the money.
Yeah.
And they identified the men as Abdurrahman Aldo Musa, Salihu Yusuf Adamu, Bashir Ali Yusuf, top politicians within the All Progressives Congress. These are persons who know the names of these individuals. Very recently, we were told that Bello Turji had actually dropped his arms and decided to work or cooperate with the security agencies. We also heard of Islamic scholars liaising and having conversations with these persons. So it's not like our security agencies do not know these persons. My question is, who is shielding them?
I think it's until we, and that's why for me, the issue of the leadership selection process is so crucial. Until we're able to elect somebody that emerges riding on people power,
Okay.
without owing his emergence to power brokers in this country, then these types of things are never going to go away. So who's shielding them? These financiers, if you look, who's benefiting from continued terrorism in Nigeria? If you really think about it, it's a very simple, logical trail of thoughts. Who is benefiting the most? Who stands to gain the most if terrorism does not end?
That's
and
true.
then just follow that thought backwards, and you find that it's really not that hard to decipher. There are powerful people in this country that are behind terrorism itself, starting from Boko Haram to the bandits, to Fulani herdsmen, and all of that. And then, rolling all the way back, whatever expression of terrorism that you have in this country today, there are politicians behind them. The killings that you're experiencing in Benue, Plateau, Nasarawa, and all those places, there are big, powerful people in this country behind it. So, and the security architecture, they have admitted that they know who these people are. So, why are they not arresting them? Because you simply can't afford to step on their toes. Because if you do, you alienate them and you effectively commit political suicide. So until you have a leader that emerges because the people put him there,
Okay.
in spite and regardless of the wishes of the political establishment.
Are we saying the
This
current
is never going to
administration
go
wasn't
away.
put in by the people?
Sorry?
Are we saying this current president
Yes,
wasn't put in by the people, that's why the political will is not there?
saying. That's what I'm saying. These people, and I'm not necessarily talking about rigging.
Okay.
I'm just saying that, even to put the boots on the ground to win elections on the day, the conventional wisdom and the way our political system is structured is that you need certain powerful people in the different states, starting with the state governors, and then some powerful senators, and so on and so forth. We need a structureless president.
Wait,
in this
we need
country.
a structureless.
Yes.
Yes,
a president that doesn't, I know this is counterintuitive,
Okay.
and people will say it's unrealistic, but we need a president that emerges without the structures of the political establishment in
Okay.
this country.
Okay.
A president that emerges because the people say this is our man, and then those people become his structure. They become the polling unit agents. They become, the ward canvassers. Whatever the political machinery is that you need to win an election.
Yeah.
The people must be the ones to step forward and play those roles without somebody orchestrating and controlling them and using them as bargaining chip in the political process. Until that day, sorry, no progress for this
But
country.
the way the system is, for example, is that you need this supposed political structures or these certain individuals. There are talks that there is an oligarchy, a set of persons who determines who becomes the president in this country. And this has nothing to do with the electorates, that is you and I who go out to vote. That without the consent of these individuals or their expressive permission whatsoever, it cannot happen. And if at all it happens, they would so frustrate the government of the person that the people would literally be as well frustrated and call for an end to the tenure of that person. Do you think that is why the current administration is supposedly afraid of these certain persons to do what needs to be done? Bear in mind that the presidency has told us that there is no cabal in the president's cabinet and that the person is working with his intuition. He knows what he is doing. And on countless occasions, they give the president a report that they are really working hard and getting to the enclaves of these criminals and these persons from the deepest pit of hell, those who are conducting this mayhem. But in reality, that's not the case. We're seeing resurgences every day. The administration claims that is a political witch hunt by certain persons to make the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu seem unstable and for Nigerians to lose the trust on him. But the thing is, the attitude of the administration in tackling this is that's what the big question mark is. So is this the fear?
I to answer that question, I think this is willful ineffectiveness.
Okay.
It's willful ineffectiveness. Maybe it's the fear that you speak about is part of the reason. I don't know. But one thing that is clear, very clear, is that there is a deliberate, intentional lack of capacity in the security system and within the political system. I don't know. I think the biggest demonstration of that was our chief of defense staff.
Okay.
Coming forward in public, speaking to Nigerians and saying, go and learn self-defense. If you just sit back for a second and think about the implication of this, is the chief of the defense forces of this country saying to Nigerians, you have to defend yourself. Other people have said those types of things in the past. T.Y. Danjuma at a point, many years ago said that. In few governors have said that. Some senators have said that. But when the CDS himself now comes forward and says, go and learn karate, go and learn martial arts, hand-to-hand combat, and defend yourself, then you know that we have a real problem on our hands. These guys are unwilling to do what needs to be done. Look, the power, I think people I always say that we too often underestimate the might, the power of the federal government of Nigeria. We underestimate who we are. Nigeria is the most powerful black nation in the world.
Now or before?
Now. Right now, based on the resources we have at our disposal.
Okay.
The Nigerian military is one of the best in Africa. And that is why there is really no operation in the region that goes on that you will not have Nigerian, officers and men, doing exploits. Why are they so ineffective in our own country, fighting against supposedly a ragtag group of dissidents? It reeks of intentional incompetency to me. Now, is it karate and judo that are used to fight AK-47 9mm bullets? Is it martial arts? I think the man really needs, he owes Nigerians apologies. So for me, that type of statement already tells us that the people in high places, they know what is happening, they know what needs to be done. But they are simply either unwilling or unable by virtue of their own interests to do those things. And that's where we are. So whatever everybody wants to say, it should continue to say it. All we want to see is for them to cut this thing off. The hydra-headed monster, cut off the neck. It has 10 heads,
exactly.
Right? Don't cut the head, cut off the neck. It has only one neck. So cut it off there, cut the funding sources, and the thing will eventually peter out, and
right.
and we'll have some peace.
Mr. Lawal Kundari, under Jonathan's administration, the northern governors traveled to the United States. They met with Obama's team and pleaded with them not to sell weapons to the Jonathan's administration, that he was actually killing their own people in the name of fighting Boko Haram. President Obama played along with their plans and placed an embargo on weapon procurement by the Jonathan's administration. Jonathan contacted a licensed private arms dealer who traveled to South Africa to buy weapons for our military. Somehow, the Boko Haram members in the presidency leaked out the secret arms deal to Buhari and their northern leaders and governors. They immediately contacted President Jacob Zuma, who seized the money, about $9.34 million, which they tagged money laundering. Now, Jonathan pushed for another licensed arms dealer to go buy the needed weapons while he continues to convince the South African government to release the $9.34 million. They also got the leaked information and seized the money from the second arms dealer, which was about $5.7 million. Then the northern leaders also threatened to drag the former Chief of Staff, General Azubike Ihejirika, before the ICC, that's International Criminal Court, for brutally dealing with their Boko Haram misguided brothers, and the retired lieutenant generals tactically disappeared from public view after leaving office for fear of the unknown. Today, Boko Haram members are waxing stronger. They're burning down entire villages without any form of resistance. They have set up affiliate groups. Today there is Mahmuda, tomorrow there is Lakurawa, another time you're hearing the Bello Turiji group. There are different armed bandits and terrorists in several of this northern region. The same persons who criticized the administration of Jonathan, who leaked information and worked with the United States government, who ensured that an embargo was placed to fight this out, are the ones crying at the National Assembly that persons are being brutally killed in their various constituencies. They're also blaming President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the current onslaught of these individuals. What are we doing?
One, if they blame the president, they are right.
Okay.
Why? Because the president said he was one who put who helped Buhari to get into post. So he carries that blame. Let's face it.
Okay.
And he said that he did well, he's going to continue from where he stopped. So he cannot wait to escape that. Because everything boils down to it, and he said it with his mouth. One. Second, there's a Yoruba proverb that says that any deru to. You know, when you take ashes in your hand.
Any da eru.
I'll take it from you.
Esther, you can't understand it, please. It's deep Yoruba.
Okay, any da eru.
Lerunto.
Lerunto.
Yeah. Eru is ashes.
Okay.
If you put ashes in your hand and you throw it at somebody, you know that it's coming back to you.
Obviously.
Most of it will come back to you. That's exactly what is happening to the north. You get it? Because you can see that the Boko Haram they strive very well and they deal with them very well in the north. Most of the states that are crying, you know, are the northern states. So when they have that to blame, they have their leaders to blame for that. That's why I continue to blame the middle belt leaders for the plight of middle belt now. You know why? Because instead of you to stand alone and call yourself middle belt, are you getting Mr. Shopito? Instead of you to stand out
So you are not
and
central.
middle belt, you say no, you want to go with the north. You call yourself
Not central.
not central. How can central be at the edge?
How can central be not?
I mean, I don't know how to turn that in grammar. We will do geography. We begin to wonder when they get their own.
Mr. Lawal Kundai,
Now, I'm coming.
Boko Haram kidnappers are no longer smiling. They have sophisticated weapons. They have an organized industry with this.
Listen, let me tell you something. We are talking because of the innocent Nigerians. We are not talking because of the elite or the people who are involved in all these things that are happening, because they are involved. They are the one who made many of these decisions. In fact, most of them, they are the one who told the young ones where to vote. They are the one who bring in underage voting. You can see that they are the culprits. I'm talking about the elders now. They are the culprits. But we are trying to fix this country for the upcoming generation, so that when we are old, we can say at least we set it in a place for you to continue to do better.
Yeah.
That is what we are talking about. We are not talking to exonerate the adults. The adults are the major problem of this country now. Because they brought us to this level. Now, the North are facing it now because of the people they call their leaders. That's why I said that middle belt keep complete. How can you call that middle belt? If they had stood alone, you get it? By now, they will be formidable to protect their own land. But now you are carrying yourself into the hands of the North.
Yes.
And the North are now ruling over you. And then you are now complaining. How can you not complain? It's difficult to make that complaint. You can see where, okay, look at the West. Western, the West. They formed their own security operatives. And they follow it to the letter. Yes, they follow it to the letter and it's working for them. You, instead of you they now see you as you are now complaining. That's why you see that most of the major activities of that this terrorist is around that middle belt. Go and see it now, and some pocket states in the north, but majorly around that middle belt. Go and see Plateau to Benue to Taraba to Niger, Kwara. You can see that it's that within that middle belt because you carry yourself, give them. And if you stand alone, you'll be fighting, and they'll be begging you. Negotiating with you because they know that you may decide to go and join the other group. Are you with me?
Yeah. So
that they may be afraid that you go and join the other groups, maybe the West or maybe the East, and then you become powerful and they will lose power. So they will be negotiating with you. But now they don't see you as they see you as some kind of minor to them, inferior in the north. So why do you are now complaining? You can see what the leaders, these people call, that's why Nigerian youth have to wake up and begin to take up leadership. When you take up leadership, doesn't necessarily mean you win political posts. It means that you galvanize population of like minds around you and you decide who rules you. Are you with me, Mr. Ashokpeton? You decide who rules you.
Absolutely.
That's why they call people youth leader. Yes, that's why they call people women leader. That's why they call them leaders of some certain groups.
Market women.
Yes, market, so you can make decisions about who will rule you. You can decide and say, no, this person cannot do it. And the people who do the right thing will eventually come to you and then say, no, this one can do it well, and they will go there and protect your interests. And that is what we are lacking. And that's why we have all these things. And that is why people keep fingering about the government and the judiciary and INEC and the House of Assembly, because they don't see you as people they need to get to those posts that you see them now. They don't see you as people they need. So because they don't see you as people they need, when you talk, you are not really relevant to them.
Absolutely.
That's why when something else is happening in Nigeria, they will telling us something else. In the same country, you slap somebody is crying, and then you are telling that person that is smiling. Or you go to the hospital and doctor asks you what is happening to you, are you feeling? I say I'm feeling fine. That is what is happening in Nigeria. Opposite of everything that the common man is feeling is what we are hearing from the spokesperson of these people. That's
all
what
right.
we're hearing.
So, Mr. Shagun Shokmita, you recall that the Chief of Defense Staff recently told us that we should learn how to defend ourselves. Whether we can do taekwondo, wrestling, or boxing, or whatever it is we need to do. But for a couple of us who don't understand the impact of insecurity stunts economic growth by deterring foreign and domestic investment. It disrupts business operations and supply chains. It increases the cost of businesses and governance, which obviously has a ripple effect across all sectors that makes up an economy of a nation. And it reduces overall productivity and consumer confidence. The resulting economic losses contribute to rising unemployment, increased poverty, displacement of populations, and a diminished capacity for development and growth. For example, the impact of this, especially for Nigeria, is the fact that our agriculture, manufacturing, and tourism sectors are severely impacted. Farmers cannot access their land, businesses cease operations, trade routes become unsafe, and it actually leads to famine. That's the reason why you see that some food is now very expensive and inflation. So, Mr. Shagun Shokpeton, the thing is this. Government now has to think of seeing how they can divert their resources. In other words, look for another means through which their people can survive. And at this time, does Nigeria or does this administration understand an alternative to dealing with this? Because people are hungry. Mr. Shegun Shopito, there is unemployment and the money is not trickling down. We no longer have the middle class.
Tax has increased, so don't forget.
Yes, tax has increased. Purchasing power has been limited. That middle class is no longer there. It's now just the rich and the poor. So what the statistics this administration is reeling out on paper that we're doing okay. The president recently told us in Brazil that there is no more corruption and that his policies actually what is making the economy blossom. So what is that?
It's gaslighting, you know. So what is happening now? Look, we can't find a solution to a problem we don't admit we have. How can you solve a problem? It's remember that a problem that you have identified is halfway solved. The handwriting was too clear that they decided that look, unemployment must go down in this country. And if professional and economic and research analysts, professional and economic and research analysts, I always to praise the CBN, that they now say the economy is now stable and therefore it will attract foreign investment.
Okay.
Sorry, what kind of stable? What do you mean by stable? The only time that you can say you have an economy that is stable, they don't need to stress. They're not afraid of government. They're not afraid of last month. They're not afraid of one task force or one thing somewhere. They are just doing what God put in their hand as talent, and they're making money. That's a stable economy. It is
painting that as if, and then so that people will now think that is their policy that is very doing well. So they will now paint it very well. That's why any small thing like that Calabar Road, just small section, they cut it and make it look so big.
30 kilometers minus X. We don't know the real number of kilometers that they've done.
So the paint is so big, as if I've done something very big, like that nail font that I don't even see the positivity of anything positive in that network. I keep telling everybody, to me, it's not something that will bring progress to this country. Go and look at every country that is borrowing their children, their loan to their.
It's a big problem in the United States today. Student loan is one of the biggest problems that they're trying to solve.
Now, we don't have a job. Somebody graduates, is looking for. It shows that we are not serious. Where are we going? We are not going. We are going back to sleep. Others are moving.
Like we're regressing.
Yes, we are going back to sleep.
We have to go back to bed.
Yeah, we are going back to bed. You know, when you wake up, I see that. And what about there's no
let me sleep, Ujare.
Begin to type out something.
So the country is going back to bed.
It's a lie. Most of the schools, we know what they are not true. They are not true. I can tell you that they are not true. But I'm a teacher. Those who really do, you are so good in that. You are not telling me that a student is good across all domains of education. In internet, you understand. That's how we know in school which area you belong. If you are psychomotor, you did very well in the psychomotor area. We place you in the technical area.
It's time to take the next step toward your dreams. Admissions are now open for the October 2025 and January 2026 intakes at Lancaster University, Ghana. Get ready for a world-class education, global opportunities, and an unforgettable experience right from Ghana. For more information, contact us at +234 0701 708 9214 or email us at nigeria@lancaster.edu.gh. Apply today and begin your journey to success with Lancaster University, Ghana. Your future starts now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is still the evening rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We'll soon be taking your calls. Let me start with you, Mr. Shegun Shobito. Moving on to the political scene. For example, Shegun Shomi is lambasting Peterobi by saying that Peter thinks he's clever. They had spoken to Peter before to join the People's Democratic Party, and that Peterobi refused to join the People's Democratic Party, and that Peter has refused to listen. Here are his words. Shomi stated that after the PDP was zoned its presidential ticket to the south during its national executive meeting in Abuja. He says Peter is someone who doesn't listen. I told him more than 3-4 months ago that Peter, the time now is to return because the PDP owes the southeast a debt. The only thing there is that Peter thinks he's too clever. He never wants to do primaries. Anybody that doesn't want to do primaries is looking for somebody to cheat on his behalf. Primaries is the internal democracy of parties. It's only when you cross the hurdles of primaries that you can now be looking at the general election. When we heard this information yesterday, the Obedient Movement via the director Yunusa Tanko told us that when Peter decides whatever he needs to decide, he will let his followers know that he is taking his time to look into things properly and appropriately. He's considering and weighing his options. Now, the ADC is going through its own internal hurdles. And what is it?
And the opposition tried to cast him as an unprincipled political prostitute that jumps from party to party. That's how the APC, minions cast him. So they'll say, he was an APGA. He swore that he was never going to leave APGA for the rest of his life, and then he moved to PDP. And then, PDP and then Labour Party. And now, so it won't augur well for him to just join any party anyhow. There's too much that when you step into quicksand, it will swallow you. So wait until the sand settles and it hits solid rock on the beneath it, and then step into it. So is it Labour Party that he's going to join? Is it ADC? Is SDP completely out of the equation? PDP is still an option. The only option I know that for him, please, our elections are very funny. It's a very funny thing. So that's why I said it's a different conversation. But to stay with the Peterobi thing, I think that the APC recognizes the threat that he represents.
Okay.
They recognize it. I think more than even Atiku, who really is a force in the north, right? So he's a threat. They know they need the north, and with the death of Buhari and the fact that the northern votes are kind of in flux as well, they need Atiku, or they need Atiku to cannibalize the north a bit for them. So it's a beautiful game of chess going on. Atiku Abubakar to play daddy and step down and let Peterobi under PDP platform face Tinubu.
Would you prefer Peterobi in PDP? Would you prefer him in PDP?
At the years you mature, I still believe that the APC and the PDP are one and the same.
Exactly.
And the ADC is their younger cousin. They're all the same, right? But eventually, if it comes to it, if you have to make a difficult, impossible decision, you will make it. I would still rather anywhere that I find somebody who I think means well for the people, even if that place is a bit funny, I may still go there.
The PDP has never spoken against this administration.
Still go there.
The PDP has never spoken against this administration. In fact, with
not spoken at all. That's the problem. It's not just about
asking you, why do you think if that is their case, why would you propose or expect him to analytics?
Strategy and analysis, and saying if this happens, if this happens, because they will go. So leave. They have too much baggage. So for me, if you ask me, organize yourself. So it could be Labour presidency, and then
not the House of
accidents
Representatives
just happened along the way and put some people in House of Reps and in Senate, and contest in 2027 is for a strong candidate like Peterobi to be on a platform that is clean and on its own, galvanizing a strong group of young, energetic Nigerians who will run for office across all of those other political offices. About 4,800 of them, that's always.
If you can get one third, just one.
So if you can get maybe one third of that,
from what the director of the Labour Party movement said, that's Yunusa Tanko, for example, with the Ubinde membership card, they have decided to go grassroots. They're mobilizing across all the wards, council areas, local governments, across the 776 local governments. Okay, so it's not like it's a political party per se, more like the obedient movement as a body to be recognized unconsciously or subconsciously in the minds of their followers.
Do you know the main problem that we have?
What is that?
Do you know the main problem that dragon?
What dragon?
Is INEC.
Oh well.
Because now if
monster.
Yes, if this obedient movement has been registered, there will be galvanized support. People will say, okay, this is where we belong. That's why they shut those ones down for now. So these ones, the others are just scrambling here and there to see where they can belong, and then most of the other places have already have people with selfish interest there. The moment it goes to that area, you see them going to somewhere to get financial stomach infrastructure and come back and begin to create problem there. They don't see the vision. They don't see the that this thing is necessary not for us but for the whole of the country. They just begin to think about their stomach infrastructure, and that's where you see them coming in. Some of them will go to court. You begin to wonder. Going to court, okay, look at this ADC that they are talking about, and some people are talking. Where was ADC like in 2022? Who know? I don't even know that there's a party called ADC for us.
I knew them because there was an issue with Kingsman
and I even know that some more of youth parties, even more. I even hear more of youth party or AAC. I even hear, I don't hear, but now you have people coming in, and that is where you now know that you have a voice. When before you are somewhere in the cage, nobody knows you. That is the main problem. I think INEC is doing its own job neutrally. Everybody can do their own arrangement. Now you want to register party, this party, these people need the party, and then you don't even see anything. It will not be last minute. They will not do like what they did to Aburi. They will not. That's why they will not do it.
And then quickly, you see, I don't think we should worry ourselves. When Peterobi is ready, he will say where he's going, and his people will follow him.
All right.
End of story.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from you. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
Good evening. My name is Robert. I'm calling from Peterobi.
All right, Robert, welcome. Please, where are you, Robert?
I greet all the analysts in the house.
Good evening, sir.
All right, Robert.
I want to talk about the salary issue.
Okay.
At my 37 years, I'm earning 80,000, and I'm paying rent 80,000. My rent every month is 20,000 a month. My NEPA bill is 20,000. That's 40,000 out. How can I manage 40,000? How will I get married for 40,000? I cannot. In my own country. Imagine what Tinubu has done us everywhere. They were saying the man was busy saying a local, while others were saying our local. They didn't know what was going on. Look at everywhere now. In my area, they used to be party everywhere. Now, nobody, even if someone died, nobody is doing better again. Because one guy everywhere. I'm tired. I don't know what we'll do. We should find a way and take this man out before hunger will kill all of us. Please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Hello, good evening. How are you?
I'm calling for JD.
Your name is?
My own.
Hello?
Hello, ma. Can you hear me?
What is your name?
My name is Chiru. I'm calling for JD.
All right, go ahead, sir.
My own opinion, this is where the federal government no one go for this. Where they sponsor say they no see a car for like Igbo man for them. You say that Igbo man will need them, they don't go after them. Imagine since when they release name of February sponsor Boko Haram since never been talking about them. But now they can't wait there for another country. Now they do traffic in this country. But why should you do it? Your plates every time, every daily, they kill, they collect ransom, some amount. Government don't know how down to track. And people waiting for another country, they do their own thing, they find out. Man, that's my opinion. I have to let other people to talk.
All right, thank you. Mr. Shegun, do you reason with what he just said? He said that, for example, the reason why insecurity thrives and why they have not aggressively gone to tackle it is because the names are not a Chibuz or a Chinedu or something in the list, that somehow those people from that region have a certain immunity and protection, and that's why they've not vigorously gone against them. So
I don't know. I mean, he might have a point. He might have a point. I don't like the tribal card. I detest it. I think
it's what comes in at any point in time.
Yes, it's a tool that the politicians use to divide us. But sometimes you do have to wonder, there's no doubt that the insecurity we're experiencing now is a northern phenomenon. And it is extremely likely that the financiers are northerners. So had they been Kano, would they be in DSS custody now?
By
now, maybe, I don't know. But I think I would advise that we don't allow ourselves think that way. I don't think it's healthy.
All right. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah,
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, my name is Shoyense. I call it from Peterobi State.
All right, Mr. Onyeze, go ahead.
The thing what they do for us there, they switch me.
Really?
For correct the point, happy greet Mr. Kundayos for that.
All right, okay.
Good evening,
Thank you.
It's okay. Esther, baby, don't vex. I wanted to speak for you yesterday. My phone went off.
Yes.
It's okay. For me to do mistake, this our government, they know correct this Nigeria well, because anything we don't go for this country, don't go. Talkers of man play, help us all those governments where the governors state, make them control states now, so that anybody can free travel from Lagos, from anywhere. For his state. It's not good what is happening for our state. Apart all this away with the drag. What would they drag? All these governors will they drag all those things. They don't say all these things happen to them. Is it because of they gather themselves together like this? Maybe they go secure themselves. I beg, Esther, make una help us state government, make them help life. I beg. We not be hungry, they kill us. What we need now to live life. I beg. I use God beg now. Anything that they do for us, no problem. But make them take care of our life now. That one is important for us.
All right.
I beg.
Thank you
God
very
bless
much.
you, sir.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice day.
You too. 08036929933. That's the number to call. 08036929933. And the WhatsApp number is 081717563338. Hello.
Good evening, Esther Nwachukwu.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Fine, I'm good. That is calling from a brother.
Abatex, welcome. Please go ahead.
Yeah, you are chief of army staff. I've forgotten his name.
Chief of Defense Staff.
Defense staff. He said that everybody should secure himself with karat and all those things. Imagine, see somebody that is chief of defense staff. Look at what he's saying. Does it talk like someone that have common sense?
No, don't abuse him now.
You are fighting somebody with a gun. I'm not abusing him. I'm not abusing him. You want to fight somebody that is holding gun and other weapon. You say, what is Karat going to do with the person? Where the person will stay far distance and just give you one bullet, the person will just
they watch.
That's the end of the person.
You go take.
You see, all these people, I don't know what is going on. Look at your president went to Brazil and said that you have fight corruption. There's no more corruption in his government.
The man is
why is he talking? You don't know that all those people, they are laughing at him. Why is he saying all those things outside? Why they see everything? They have agents here in Nigeria that are feeding them back. All the whole country they have. So why is he saying all those things? Why? Look at how hunger is finishing people. See, Esther, I met one woman yesterday. He's selling agbo. Then I asked the woman, I said, why are you patrolling with agbo every day? He said, my brother, I have a chemist shop before, but since where this government take over, my chemist shop have closed down because she cannot be able to afford to buy drugs so I'm put inside the chemist. That's why he's talking about instead of staying idle. Look at all these people. Do you know how many millions of Nigerians where this man pack up? Look at this man has complained. He said that he is 37 years old. They are paying him 80,000 naira.
I swear.
He pay house rent 20,000 a month. He pay NEPA bill. He never eat. How much left for him to marry and establish his own family? Esther, we are sitting in a gunpowder. I don't know. And these people, they are still giving reason show that they are doing fine. Their government is everybody is benefiting. Nigeria is enjoying. In short, I wonder at times, I will just think, I said, these people, are they human being at all? Esther, good night. Have a very good night.
See, by the time,
Mr.
wait, I'm
Lawal.
coming.
Hey.
By the time that tax reform comes out,
Comes into play.
Yes, I want to see the song that Nigerians will sing.
Hey. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Something is
Let me pass a
Hello.
Nigeriana is Pakiripo.
You say Guinea? Hello.
Nigeriana is Pakiripo.
Guinea Bafagi, what's your name?
Prosper Wanchuku.
Prosper Wachuku. How old are you, Prosper?
5.
Ibo 5 years old. Oh, Maggie Neoba.
Let her say her mind. What does she want to say?
Hello?
Maybe she's still
7 years old.
13 years or 2 years? Which one?
13 years.
13 years.
Yes.
I'm going to continue, Prosper Wachuku.
Pakiripo, they're not fine now.
Prosper, you be.
What is it?
Prosper, if let's say your mama did it, now you say make you call.
Maybe he picked it. She picked it.
Oh, wow.
no,
Hello, good evening.
Hello, Esther.
Good evening. How are you? Welcome.
I'm fine. I'm Gospel. Mr. Lawal, good evening. Mr. Shegun, good evening.
Good evening,
my
sir.
brother.
Based on your analysis, you were able to highlight 4 causes of insecurity. Number 1, the people. 2, compromise armed forces. 3, lack of government political will. But there is something that we all were believing before, that this insecurity is from the north. Now I'm beginning to question number 4, which is the external forces.
Yeah.
If you notice, when Goodluck Jonathan, when Chibok issue happened, we felt it was a northern thing. And you and I have been in Nigeria. We know that an average Nigerian, we don't even kill ourselves. They can do kidnapping. So I think Nigeria, we should begin to look outside now. We should not say it's from the north. Because this insecurity, and if you check the sociological causes of insecurity too, it's also lack of job and poverty. And you also talked about the political party. Me, based on all the analysis you gave tonight, I'm worried. Why? Because I don't see any solution in any of the political party. Why? Because it's the same institution, the same system and structure.
Exactly.
You understand? When Goodluck Jonathan were there, we complained. Tinubu is there now. We complained. So I think the major problem to Nigeria is I am begging this government. They should play the role, especially Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He should play the role of a statesman by reforming our institution. If we reform our institution, our system, and our structure, because even if Obi, Atiku, anybody enter with the same institution, and most time we Nigeria will felt our problem will be solved in 2027. I don't think so. Because it is the same institution. We blame INEC. I don't think INEC is the problem. Absolute power corrupt, absolutely.
Yeah.
When Goodluck Jonathan were there, if you remember, he did a confab report. 6 months, they gave him the report. Instead of him to implement it, he used it to campaign. So if we have a system that works, by now, 11 years' time, we will not be talking about Goodluck Jonathan. If we have an institution that functions, Obi Atiku will not be our solution. So anybody, I think Nigeria, I'm appealing to this government, they should create a system that works. So that irrespective of the politician that then we can have government. We every day we just wake up, hopelessness. So I'm appealing. And I'm also appealing that instead of this government going out for foreign direct investment, they should think inward. Come inside, let's do, if there's a way we can do referendum. And I also felt that the political class, they are running away from the people they are leading. just like the paradox of giraffe, where the neck is too long from the leg.
All right.
So I
Thank you
believe
very
our
much.
leaders are a bit far from the people. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's a fundamental thing that he just said now.
I'm telling you.
The issue of reforms of the institutions and the structure itself.
Exactly.
If you don't fix it, I think I've said something similar here before. If you don't fix
We'll
it,
continue to go
whether
through
it's Peterobi,
this cycle.
whether it's Atiku,
Hello?
nothing.
Hello? Oh, wow. I think the person
But
called.
the thing is this: somebody will have to. When it's
Hello?
Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
Hi, sir. Dean.
My name is okay. I'm here. What's your name, sir?
My name is Ayawale Kehinde Uzen.
All right, sir. Welcome.
Anyway, from Oshodi.
Okay, please go ahead, sir.
God Almighty will continue His blessing on you and your family.
Thank you.
I agree, my other brothers and sisters. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir.
I asked a friend. He always make mention. Always. What is the question? He will say, Tinubu will rule for 8 years. People will be laughing. They will be looking at this man as if he's a mad person. Most of people, they will look this man, and the man is not even well okay in the financial aspect. The major issue is that they say this is what you people say you need, and God has given it to you. Why are you people complaining? Most of every blessed day. In
Mr. Kindly call back. He called on WhatsApp actually. So I think he came in and interrupted. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
Martins from Ago.
Welcome, sir. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Shokito. And our friend who has always been there giving us good analysis.
Good evening, sir.
It's a Nigerian problem. If somebody begins to analyze it, you will not even have time, even you get talent there. But one thing I see in Nigeria is that those who has been our rulers, I don't call them leaders, really do not think that Nigeria belongs to them as their own. Because if they are, they will make conscious effort to develop it. Let me give you an analogy. In your house now, you are making every effort to make sure that your house is in good order. That is why you toil and do everything, come back, take care of everything, make sure you marshal out instruction that things will be in order. Most of the people that are ruling Nigeria actually do not feel that Nigeria is their own. That is why they're crazy for looting and stockpiling it either for themselves and unborn generation they never knew when they will be. Now coming to reform. The reason why we are clamoring for somebody to come in, yes, just like you said, if the institutions are not well, nothing will really happen if somebody enters there. But we want somebody to go in there because it's somebody at the head that will carry out the reform. It's not the masses. It is somebody at the head. That is why we are pushing to make sure we get somebody who can be at least sensible enough to do some reform, at least even if it didn't completely. Those reforms that will help us move forward as a nation. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Well done for that. I'll take a few messages and then we'll go back to the calls. Good evening, Esther and honorary guests in the studio. I'm Babiji from Oshodi. Please, Ogashegun and Ekundayo, if you people know what should be done and can reach out to Peterobi to know, maybe make use of it, please, you people should try and do. Because APC government and Tinubu wouldn't let him be or know exactly what he should do. They blocked virtually everywhere against him to thrive. All right. Good evening, Esther. God bless you for a great job. My main point is all about the security in Kwara State. Everyday killings, enough is enough. What kind of country is this, for God's sake? And Governor of Kwara State and Chairman is not doing anything about it. God will judge you all. Ayanwale Kaindi Bababiji anywhere from Ushudi. That was the person who called. I think he sent a message now. Nigeria is gone. Tinubu said he doesn't watch social media. How we believe that every discussion we discuss in radio gets to them? How do we believe that it gets to them? Trust me, they have persons who monitor all of those conversations. The APC would be the happiest party if Obi and Atiku contest in different parties. How foolish would it be not to learn from 2023? As a human to survive in this world, it is my number one MO, that is modus operandi, to teach myself or kids when I have different combat, first aid and survival skills if I ever found myself in a situation where other novices would die out of fear because their brain even possesses the next plan. I don't need anyone to advise me to learn self-defense skill. Ignore it at your own peril. Again, I know for a fact that you can't find an angel in the Political Institute of Nigeria. I have said it that if a supposed good man is helped into power by criminals and unfortunate political characters who carry more baggages than an errant imp of the devil on a road trip to hell, that supposed good man may fail. A goat that gets the backing of hyenas to chase some lions out, what use would its horn to do to scare the hyenas away when the coast seems clear? A dilemma, an unfortunate situation, or a mix of both. Nigeria should pick its current predicament. Tay. This Tay, you need to come to the studio. Okay. Good day, SN analyst Aldo from Dokbemu. For Obi to win 2027 elections, he can't do but to work with the Northerners. Let Obi face the democratic ways of facing primary elections and not to be waiting for an automatic ticket. I still insist he should face the battles of the primary elections, and if given the opportunity, we will support him. Northerners do go out to vote in bloc, but many people in the East and South want to be begged and induced to vote. If we want to remove this failed APC from government, we shouldn't think it is only Obi that can do it. He should work with people. Thank you. All right, well done, Aldo, for that message. Okay. As Obi's potential return to PDP raises questions about his chances of success, perhaps forming an alliance with Atiku would be more viable for him. Ama from Ogun State. Esther, me and my household, the twali for Mr. Ekundayo. Ama from Ogun State. Well done. Mr. Ekundayo, they're twallying for you.
Oh, okay.
Good evening,
Thank you,
SRVP family. Party is not the Obi problem. INEC is a problem. Clean election, Obi will sweep the whole Nigerians. No politician has the magnitude and force he has. Nigerians love him. APC is afraid of Obi as Waterleaf is afraid of hot water. Normal election, no doubt. Obi clear everywhere. Chris from Ejigbo. Okay, Chris, well done. Esther. When you build, okay, let me read this. When you build your government on lies, propaganda, and eye service, and you expect to prosper, you can't, since this APC government entered through the back door. An INEC judiciary has turned the country to gangster paradise. Laws, lawlessness, case study. Look at all the elections conducted under this administration, from presidency to local government. All is based on rigging, vote buying, Agbero, cash and carry INEC, and judiciary conspiracy. That is why we are in a nightmare government under APC. You have economic disaster, turn the people to beggars and Amalgiri in the midst of plenty. This is Dio from Fagba. Dio, well done. Good evening, VOP. Ade from Lagos. Yesterday in Kwara, people ran away from their ancestral homes. Some weeks ago, Benway, because of insecurity. While the president is cruising from Japan to Brazil, 47 people killed in Katsina in 48 hours. Killings in Plateau. More Nigerians have been killed in these 2 years of this government than 8 years of Buhari. I want to ask, this wasteful, unnecessary and unfruitful traveling by the president, how many investment has it brought into the country? Are other countries watching the news concerning your country? Don't they have spies that monitor the security, the economy, justice system, infrastructure? Rather, 7.2 million private, public and SMEs shut down by the obnoxious policies and taxing the daylight of Nigerians that has turned the people to beggars and Amalgiri in the midst of plenty. It's a shame the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Truly, there was a country. Okay, good evening, Esther. Please, why are your analysts so biased? Why Tinubu every day? Don't you have other topics to discuss? Or better join Labour Party? Enough of this lamentation. You didn't tell us your name, and we're not lamenting. So this is basically what is actually in the news. We don't curate stories from nowhere. We divest all that is presented across all the platforms. Let me even tell you, the information that we reeled out to you today is from the president's newspaper, the Nation newspaper. Go there, you will see it. all the conversations we had, from insecurity to his policies to the NSA, what the NSA said about combating insecurity and being on the offensive. Go to the Nation newspaper, you'll see it there. So I don't understand how you think we're lamenting. It's the president's newspaper that we actually lifted up some of the stories that we talked about this evening. So please, there is no bias. It's just a reality. If life is good for you, kudos. Well done. Good evening, presenter and analyst. I give kudos to the analysis made tonight. Your guest has spoken well. Please, it's possible for Mr. Segun Shokwiton to get connected with Peterobi for proper deliberation and sagacity. I truly like his analysis and deeply show the real sense of today. Mr. Segun Shokwiton, do you have a kind of connection that we don't know? They're advocating that you should plug.
They should send me Mr. Obi's number. I will send my application in. His Excellency Peterobi.
Okay. I'm not going to give you the number one will be that he says sending
All right. Good evening, Esther. Emmanuel from Yaba says, what Mr. President said concerning corruption is laughable. Good evening, Esther and your guests. The way I see this policy now, if there is no formal agreement between Peterobi and Atiku in ADC, Tinubu will still emerge come 2027 because the votes will be splitted between four parties. Nigerians, let's brace up for another 4 years of Tinubu come 2027, since we are not talking about electoral reform and INEC. James from K2. All right, James. Good evening, Esther and the others. Esther, do you see these two men's analysis tonight? It is very superb because they, especially the Shokwiton, really gave us the solutions to succeeding. The lamentation as usual. Please send my greatest regards to them and let them keep the pace moving. From Ken in Lagos. Okay, Ken. I greet you and your analysts in the house, Esther Wajiku. My name is Amoyez Peter Chibuzo. It is said in my place that seeing and not talking kills the elder, while hearing and not listening kills a child. A lot has been said in your radio station about the oppression, massive killings, and absolute hunger inflicted on the generality of the poor and suffering Nigerians by those who are supposed to be our custodian. In the Bible days, Israelites went through such predicament, and then they cried persistently unto God, and he came down and delivered them. Let us continue crying and calling before 2027. He will definitely answer us, and both the powerful and the powerless will see it. Thank you and stay blessed. Okay, I am Taiwo Olabode from EACOTA. I am all for the daily updates. In all seriousness, our analysts are pointing out harsh realities of our electoral process because our institutions have been compromised, and if truly we want Obi in the corridor of power in 2027, let's rally behind him to succeed. After all, we want our votes to count and bring about real change, but I'm afraid of Nigerians because our people don't even know what they want. Good evening to you, Esther, the brave analyst in the studio. I have said it times without number that this government is full of propaganda to the highest level. They will continue to blab instead of looking inward to better the lives of numerous of Nigerians who they have impoverished through their obnoxious and deadly reforms that do not hold water. Let the likes of Daniel Bwala and Bayo Nanoga continue to deceive them to well it dawns on them that they are just living in fool's paradise. Boyson from Afro Media. I greet you, my lady, Mr. Segun Shokwiton and Mr. Lawal. Good evening. GEJ told us he was surrounded by Boko Haram and we did nothing. The president and his cohorts are spitting on our faces. The media says we should shut up now if what happened in 2023 repeats itself. Please, Mr. Shokwiton, what should Nigerians do? Have a beautiful night. Grandma Maggie. Grandma Maggie, thank you so much. Peterobi by picking the ticket and wait for Tinubu to finish his second tenure before he will take over, and he wouldn't mind becoming the president at age 90. If Atiku and ADC are sincere, let them push more on electoral reforms. Peter won't deputize him anymore. Let Tinubu continue instead of Atiku. From Chief Udo. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther.
Welcome, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Robin. I'm calling from.
In fact, many countries of the world have gone through this thing and they came out of it doing better. America, it happened to America that 9/11, there was a bombing of the World Trade Center. 5,000 people died at once. Do you hear anything like that again? Mm-hmm. It happened in Russia. Mm-hmm. You don't know Ukraine. I mean, you don't know terrorists did something in Russia. They did it in UK. They did it in Germany, France. But do you hear anything about that again? Because they want solution. They go for outside help where they need it, and they don't lie, and they get the help they need. I mean, they needed, and their country is doing well. But here, we are having a different narration. So people outside who wants to help us to be looking at, something that, okay, we want to help you, and somebody is telling us like, no, we don't have problem, everything is fine. So how do we get help? So we don't even know. So we are at war in the country. We know what we are facing because we are at war. If you are at war, you are not safe.
It's just that it's not from external.
For your chief security officer to be, your defense to be telling you, or what's the name of the man? I'm sorry again. The chief of defense to be telling that you could go and Esther, go and learn karate. Karate. I mean, what is it going to learn?
To fight.
So that you can start fighting on your own. He's telling you, are we not at war? Does that not prove to us that we are at war? That we should go and harm ourselves? Is that what he's saying? So. Right. That's the answer.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello. Good evening, my sister Esther.
How are you, sir? Welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Kundoy and Mr. Shego.
Yeah, what's your name?
Good evening, sir.
This is Nedu from Supply Town.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay.
Need to turn down the volume of your radio.
Okay, is that okay now?
You're still echoing. There's a feedback. I can hear myself.
What about now?
Go ahead.
Okay. The thing is, our president is very, very funny. He's a very, very funny man. Very funny. Our chief of defense staff is a very, very funny man. Please, I want to ask the analyst, when is this country going to be okay? I know my age now. I've been hearing this country is going to be all right. It's going to be all right. What is going on in this country? What are we going to do in this country? Please, I'm asking a question to the analyst. Please.
No, it's in the hands of every Nigerians. It's in our hands because power belongs in reality. Power belongs to the people. It is when the slave said is no more a slave that he gets his freedom. So if you believe that we need you want solution, then you go for it. That's the way out. Power belongs to the people. When the people are ready to get the power, then that is when they get their freedom. But now that people, anytime they want to share rice, you see queue. They will go and pack small rice, pack here and begin to share for you, and you see queue. It shows that we see ourselves as slaves.
I think if to also answer the question, if what happened in 2023 happens again in 2027, so one of your other callers asked that question.
Yeah.
So I will relate that question to the question that this gentleman is asking. If we want Nigeria to be good,
okay,
we will first of all agree and decide that they can only kill a certain number of people, and we enter the streets. If you do not take what is yours from the political class and the oligarchs and all of these power brokers that are running and ruining this country, it will continue to be like that until kingdom come. Until kingdom come, it will never change. So just like my brother said, when we are ready for change, we will take it. And I always refer to the words of our very, very good current president, who says that power is not served a la carte. You have to seize it. You have to grab it. And you have to run away with it. It is exactly the same for the people. Nobody is going to give you good governance. Nobody is going to help make your country run by itself. No politician does that anywhere in the world because they want to. The only reason politicians do good everywhere in the world is because they are afraid of the people. Our politicians are not afraid of us. We are afraid of them. The day we decide that the politicians must fear us, Nigeria will be great.
I remember that SARS. It just started like that, and the government, nobody understood who the head was. Who am I going to get?
Look at what happened with SARS. Look at the whole country was, but the president had to address the nation because Nigerians were on the streets. So when we are ready to change this country,
exactly,
we enter road.
We know what to do.
We cannot do it from radio station. We cannot do it from Twitter. We can't do it from Facebook. We'll do it on the streets, because until you do it, I'm telling you, they will not do it for you.
Hello?
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'll get your guest here.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Odinakachu.
Odinakachu, please go ahead.
What I want to say is that everything is happening. Everything that's happening here, Tinubu know about them. That's why it's foreigners. It's foreigners that put in here. It's foreigners that put in here, and he's working for them. So that's yes. And foreigners have taken over Nigeria. There's not anybody can do. They are taking over. So they have come here to stay. So that's why if you go outside country, you go and tell them that there's no problem, because if he refuses to do that, they will remove him. So my own is let them just release the camp and let them let's go.
All right, thank you. 08036929933. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Good evening, Madam Esther Wachuku.
How are you, sir?
And my good people in the studio.
Good evening, sir.
I greet you. My name is Boyeson and I'm calling from Afromedia.
Oh, Boyeson, I think I've read your message. Please go ahead.
Yes. But I just want to pass a message. I want this my erudite analyst. I want them to comment this incessant traveling by this president when the country is boiling. Why is it so? I just want them to comment on this. Why is it so that the president keeps traveling and they keep bringing false news, propaganda to the people who are suffering? Why is this so? Must we continue like that? I just know from them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Afromedia.
No, let's start with China. Is that the way the Chinese president is flying all over and everybody's going to the country to do business? Is that the way? How many times has it come to Nigeria that people are going to China to import? When your country is good, it attracts people. When it is juicy, when it's viable for business will chase you. How many times has Trump traveled out of his seat, and yet he's ruling a most powerful nation? How many times has a Prime Minister of UK traveled down to Africa? How many times? So, but here it's a different case. We fly, our leader fly all over the place. Like I don't understand. Maybe you are retiring for the day. Like you are, like you close for work and you want to branch at Mr. Shokiton's house to have a drink with him. Then tomorrow you want to go and visit Esther, and then while you are coming, it's worrisome.
It is worrisome.
Because that is why businessman is the appropriate person to rule this country.
Hello, good evening.
Rule it like a business.
How are you?
I'm Lara, calling from Ikeja.
All right, sir. Go ahead, sir. Hello. What happened?
Not politician. We don't want politicians to rule this country again.
Our president travels. To answer that question very quickly,
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
He's looking for visibility.
Desperately looking for legitimacy.
Oh, legitimacy.
All over the world. Approval. Yes.
Wow.
He's desperate at home.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Kundayo.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. And the other guests there, good evening.
Mr. Shagun Shokpito.
Yes. Esther, quick one. My name is Mr. Vision. I'm calling from. Please.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, Esther. With bad leadership and bad government, a person of honor and dignity would quickly resign from this kind of government that have brought this untold hardship on Nigerians. But instead, you hear them defending their master's incompetence every day. On Mr. Obi, if PDP wants him to run, understand their party. Let them expel Wiki. If they can't do it, then they should leave Mr. Peterobi alone. I was of the opinion before that PDP will be a good platform for him, but on a second thought, I felt there are things they need to do before calling Peterobi to come. Peterobi is never afraid of primaries. He's only aware of the act of vote buying and buying of delegates, which he can do because it goes against his principles. Good. Dear Esther Wachuku, for Atiku to say again that he will contest 2027 primary, well, let him continue. His name will appear in the Guinness Book of Records as a serial failure. Ekene from Ikorodu. Good evening, VOP. And good evening, Mr. Shagwa, Mr. Lawal. What is happening in Unilag is almost the same across all the public universities in Nigeria. That is why some of our graduates hardly compete with their counterparts abroad. I align with Mr. Lawal because if you see what is going on in some of the WAEC centers, the results don't actually reflect the actual intelligence of the students. On 2027, Peterobi, I know, is still consultant. At the fullest of time, his position will be made public. May God bless Nigeria, unlike Chief from Ayobo. Mr. Akunda and Mr. Shegun Shokwitwa, I urge you to step forward and contest in the 2027 general elections. It's time to back up your criticisms with concrete proposals. Nigerians deserve more than just armchair analysis. Why not take the Labour Party as a platform to showcase your ideas? Let's see what you can offer beyond criticism. Abidin, this is Barcelona.
Abidin, I want to ask you, Ms. Shogun, how much was the form in last election that Obi, how much did you collect the form? So I will now tell you my salary.
I think the gentleman needs to understand that everybody has a role to play in society. All of us cannot contest.
Yes.
There are people whose job it is to be armchair critic, and that's where change starts from.
No, Abidin is a supporter of this administration. He loves the president, and
obvious.
he believes that the president can
It's obvious.
deliver.
When they say stop criticizing, you know where they're coming from. Look, you have to understand. Look, if you're a lover, if you really love this president, the real sign of your love for him is to criticize him. Because if you love him and you want him to do well, you will tell him the truth.
Do you think they criticize
You don't lie to yourself and lie to him.
in secret, like in private, but not in public?
Publicly and privately, you criticize him and tell him the truth so that he can correct his ways and do better for everybody. You don't show loyalty by lying to yourself and lying to the person that you claim you love.
Moreover, did the president not criticize the former president when he was not president?
Give him water.
Did he not criticize?
Even while he was in APC,
he
criticized Buhari thoroughly.
Yes, he criticized Jonathan. He criticized Obasanjo. So you are not telling us that
no run for office. I will remain an armchair critic.
What criticize what you say. Because you do unto others what you wish them do unto you.
Good evening, Esther, the guests, Mr. Akunda, and other guests present. If APC has done well, we're going to praise. But for now, I am above 45. All I can do is thinking about food, how to sustain my children. Things have gone from worse. We barely eat once in a day. Now reality is telling on us. Ade from Lagos. We only eat to survive now. Nigeria's future is bleeding and bleeding. That has never been this bad. You see, one day I be one cook one kind of express jollof rice. I used to call that rice Biafra rice. You know this rice we say, you know, we'll wash. You will just wash the first one, put everything inside.
It's called concussion. That's what we call it in school.
I wanted to now buy canned fish. They told me that it's 2,000. Wait, they told me that it's 2,000. I said, I did like this. I was like, for what? I wanted to give it taste.
Packet.
There's no crayfish. I just wanted to have taste. I don't want to buy one egg, 250. Just as I finished work, I needed to eat. Like I was hungry. This man told me that canned fish is 2,000. I said, for what? Guinea. I said, okay, now there are alternatives that have several names within the range of 1, 2, 1, 3, thereabout. But it wouldn't have that taste like the one that we know. The original one that we know has it. I had to buy the alternative because it was way cheaper than, the one that we know or that's popular that gives that
you said something that even make me want to go crazy. You said chicken egg. Chicken egg is 250. As of 4 years ago, it was how much? 15 naira. We were even crying at that time. Egg that ordinary chicken will lay all over the place. You know, all this local chicken will lay eggs on there. They'll be chopping gutter all over the place and lay eggs. That egg is already gold in Nigeria. I mean, I began to wonder what direction are we going? I don't know.
Shopito is bad. You know, Cameroon. You know now how they sell all these shops that sell in retail. If you want to buy crayfish, God, there's different segments. You know that tin cup of milk. So you see that there's 3. Like you can do small, base,
there's one that's
middle,
tomato,
and up. No, not the tomato, but the same tin cup, milk cup, that small one. You get 3 steps. So if you want to buy the one of 150, they half.
Okay.
Or 100 naira, go there for base. If you count time, if you pick and count time,
5 or 6 pieces.
Now so then they sell it. Then Cameroon pepper. Oh my God! You want to 100 naira is one. You know that rubber spoon, very tiny. That one rubber spoon.
That's a teaspoon.
Put them for nylon. Tie them like that. So if you want to make it come up for your rice, you need to buy like rice or soup or something. You need to buy like 5. 5 is how much? 1,000. Do you understand? Hey, let's not even start our beg. Let's not go there. I went to do survey.
But everything is fine. Nigeria is good.
I went to do. I had to go and do survey. You know, people were complaining. We buy in bulk in the house. So, but I went to do survey because people are buying in retails. You know that vegetable oil, because people no longer buy that container one. Now, they sell for sachet.
Yes, no,
sachet. For sachet.
the satirization of the Nigerian economy is a theory now. Nigerian economy has been satirized, such that everything, there is nothing you can think about that is not available in sachet. Only petrol remains.
I swear. You have 1,000 naira, you go break them down for your head. As anybody that doesn't know mass will know mass now. But lie. Good evening, VOP. The problem of this country and the politicians and their gullible supporters, insecurity has become a lucrative business to them to the extent that they never want this inhumane attitude to stop. These politicians are elders. They have made a lot from common Nigerians, and yet the youth of today are still supporting them to continue. It's annoying, seriously. Round from Satellite Town. Mr. Shegun Shokwiton, in a few seconds, what's your final take?
I just think that our leaders need to do better, but more importantly, that we, the people, need to do better. Okay. I think that we need to understand that nobody is going to come and save us. There is no savior. Peterobi is not a savior. Tinubu is not a savior.
Sure.
At the end of the day, your savior is you. So get tired, get angry. I really want Nigerians to get angry and enter road. And your anger should be such that you are ready to die.
Wallahi.
You have to be ready to die. You know, if you don't die, you cannot live.
Too much,
no, we have not died enough.
They die every day.
We have not. That's the reason we are dying every day of hunger and of insecurity, is that we are afraid of dying the one true death. A man can die only once. Just look. Do you know the way Kenyans
die for the real cause?
Fun of us. Kenya, they laugh at us.
The people that died in NSAS, the people that died at bad governance.
No, the point is that.
So wait, the people that died in Benue security, where are they? Did they go out on NSAS protest?
The ones that
did they do NSAS? Is it not in their house?
The ones that are dying.
They are in their houses now
every day.
Or the one in Kwara now that's happening. So they died during protest.
I think the most important thing now is that Nigerians need to understand that nobody will save us. That's my parting comment. Nobody will save us unless we save ourselves. So let's be ready to do what it takes, whatever that might be.
All right, Mr. Lawal.
Power belongs to the people. We should start putting it in our head. Start putting it in your head. Nobody can get into power without the common man. You get it? No person can get into corridor of power, whether the president to the council, without the support of the people, the common people who are suffering. So you are the one putting them in power. You are the ones. Because you are the one that will vote for them, you are the one they will use. If they need to rig election, you are the one they will use. If they need not to rig the election, do the right thing, it's still you they will use. So you have to stop being used. You are not a tool.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Esther Nwachukwu. Follow me across all social media platforms. Esther Nwaz on Instagram, Esther Nwachukwu on Facebook, and Estic Media on YouTube. ESTIQMEDIA. Lawal Ekundaya on Facebook. Mr. Shegun Shokwiton